Lori here. I'm back to start a new reading vlog. We are at the tail end of the school year, my friends. It's been a journey, I will say that. It's been a weird year as an educator. For those that don't know, I teach in the New York City public school system. I'm a theater teacher. My year has been pretty much split 50% in-person classes, 50% online. And as the year went on, my in-person classes got cut dramatically. So at this point, I'm only teaching 2 classes in person. The rest are online. So it's been a bit of a year. It's been not what I was expecting this year to be, but we got through it. And I'm hopeful that in the fall, we'll be in just a different position than we are currently. But I have been a bit slumpy, but I just found some books that just weren't my favorite. I struggled with the characters. I wound up DNFing, almost DNFing 2 books this past week, which is really not like me. I finished Chorus Rises by Bethany C. Morrow. I enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite. I like the plot of it, but I really struggled with the characters. And then I also picked up White Fox by Sarah Faring, and I really struggled with the characters in that one as well. So I wound up DNFing that one. That was a list book that I have just complete at the end of each season. So I wind up picking up, I can never remember the title because it's like another book title that I have read recently. Let me see if I can get you the title because I don't want to get it wrong. It's called I think it's These Feathered Flames. I think that is what it's called. Yeah, These Feathered Flames by Alexandra Overy. This is a fantasy novel that has to do with basically you follow these 2 twins. One twin is raised to be queen and one twin is raised to be the Firebird, which is this magical power that when someone does magic and doesn't give her price, that person kind of extracts the price. And they're sort of living in 2 different environments, but when the queen dies, their roles become a little bit more important. And I read about 50 pages of it. I really am liking it. Definitely a little bit more engaging than the previous book that I read. And also, I did just finish this morning How to Avoid a Climate Disaster by Bill Gates. I have been reading this book since March. So I struggled a little bit with it, but most of the reason I struggled with this so dramatically was because I was trying to read this during my room getting flooded, but I didn't want to finishing it. So I get to choose my next nonfiction read, which I'm really excited about. My goal today is to finish watching Superman and Lois. Sorry, this is a really, really wordy introduction to this vlog, but just wanted to get a lot of stuff, talk about a few things before I start reading. And yeah, I'll probably let this reading vlog go until Friday, maybe. It depends on how long it is. I know that I'm going shopping with a friend on Monday, and I might take you guys along and vlog a little bit of it. We will see, but I'm gonna go start my read, see how far I can get. My Kindle has such sucky battery, so I might want to picking up something just to read for the rest of the day when my Kindle eventually dies. But I'm gonna go do that, watch a little bit of Superman and Lois because I have one more episode left, I think, and I will talk to you guys when I read a little bit more of These Feathered Wings. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. It's Lori here. I'm back. It's about 7:37, and I went up reading about the first 72 pages of These Feathered Flames. Really am liking it quite a bit. I've read a couple of books recently that reminded me a lot of the Three Dark Crown series by Kendra Blake. The first one I read recently was Sweet Bitter Magic by Adrienne Tooley, which I really enjoyed. That was a 5-star read. But this book also has vibes of that, especially the separation of sisters. They both have 2 very distinct roles. One is queen, one is a firebird, which is sort of it's a job that we're still learning a little bit about, but the unexpected death of a mother has sent the firebird back to court, where she is starting to think that the death of her mother was not necessarily natural, which I do like. The one thing I really liked about the Sweet Bitter Magic book was it was really focused on female characters. There was very, very few male characters throughout that whole book, and I'm spying a little bit more male interaction in this book, but I really do like it. It also reminds me a little bit of creatures, which I love. I love books about creatures, like Crowns of Feathers. That was a series that I really liked that had creatures in it. but I really am liking it. It also has twins, and if you know anything about me, twins are some of my favorite like characters in stories just because I love the dynamics that you see between them. But I read about the first 72 pages. Again, the last couple of days of work is me just going to be showing my kids videos, so I hope to get a good amount of this done and hopefully have a charged Kindle tomorrow morning, which I'm really excited about. And I'm probably going to read this in the morning as well. So I'm going to go finish watching Superman and Lois, figure out what I'm going to watch next, and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Bye, friends. Blurry hair, I'm back. We are getting down to the wire. I have 2 more full days of teaching. And then summer break is here, book lovers, which is really exciting. I didn't wind up doing any major listening today. I was sort of in the middle of like catching up on some podcasts. But hopefully tomorrow I have quite a few things. There's just so many podcasts, so it's hopefully this weekend I'll be able to catch back up and like start listening to audiobooks again. But I am pleased to report that I did wind up getting up to 132 in these Feathered Flames. This book is reminding me a lot of Three Dark Crowns, which has sisters. Well, there was triplets, but this one has twins that are sort of in 2 different roles. And when their mother she dies, there's sort of an undercurrent of mystery sort of engulfing these 2 sisters. And I'm really liking that element like quite a bit. I also thought for like a brief 30 minutes yesterday that we were going to get our puppy a year early. That didn't wind up happening, but it was the potentiality of that. So that made my heart pitter patter. And I was doing some research yesterday about German Shepherds, but then I didn't wind up panning out. So the German Shepherd research will have to get pushed till later, closer to when we're going to get the puppy, which I think is like next year. So, but I'm really liking these Feathered Flames quite a bit. I also went to the first day of ALA today. I didn't get a lot of books, but I got a few, and I might make that like a reading vlog in June or July, I guess. June's almost over, and read a few of the arcs that I got from that. I got a couple of good ones. I got Defy the Night from Bridget Kimmerer. I got Race to the Sun by Leah Johnson, who wrote You'll See Me in a Crown. I got a couple other ones that come out in the fall, and a lot of mystery thrillers, which is what I tend to read in like the fall season. So really excited about that. I do have a meetup today for one of the podcasts that I listen to, so many podcasts. And I did finish watching Superman and Lois, and I'm going to try to catch up on The Flash tonight as I'm reading. So I will read a little bit and watch a little bit of The Flash, and I'll update you guys when I probably maybe read like a couple of more chapters when I get up. Let's see, I'm on page 132, so maybe when I get to 150, I'll give you guys an update. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Here I'm back, and I went up reading to about page, I think I read a little bit more than 150, but I also finished watching an episode of The Flash, but I did get up to page, let me see if it's gonna, like 155, so right around where I thought I was going to be. I really am liking this book. I love that one story is very much political intrigue, which is the Queen story or the Princess story, and then you have the Firebird story, which is very different. Their interaction points is really interesting. I've said this before, if you've been following me a while, I like when sisters are sort of forced to work together, especially when they're on opposite sides of a war or opposite sides of something. Sort of like in Three Dark Crowns, the first book was very, very antagonistic. And then as the series went on, it became more friendship and like caring about each other. So I'm curious to see how this story is going to develop, but I really like the political stuff. There's also this is also a story that has a lot of characters that's playing around in it, very dissimilar to Sweet Bitter Magic that I just finished, that had like 2 main characters and a couple of side characters, but this book has a bigger, more fleshed out cast that I'm really liking. So I'm going to keep reading. I do have that podcast meeting that I'm going to head to later. Also tomorrow I am going to a small work event, I guess like a party, just because I didn't get to go to like the big party that when all my APs graduated, and they're going to be there tomorrow, and I feel like I should poke my nose in and say like happy retirement. So I'll probably do that tomorrow, but I want to make a little bit more progress on this. My goal is to finish this before Friday so I could start the summer with a new read, which is my big plan. So I'm going to get back to reading. I don't know if I'm going to watch another episode of The Flash. I'm probably not, because I won't be able to finish it before I have to go back. I'm going to go to that event. So figure out something to watch or listen to, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. Lori here. I'm back. It is tomorrow's my last day of school, which seems insane. This year, from like September to today, has felt like 9 years. Like, it has been the longest school year of my life. I've only been teaching for 3 years, but it's been a very, very long year. It's just like I just like took out my schedule from September, and it is like none of the, like it's not even close to what I'm teaching now. So it's just really insane like what this year has been. I would argue this year was crazier than the COVID, like when COVID really hit, because that was one schedule. We were all teaching remotely. It was not a whole lot of like changes. There was a big change in March, like when we shut down, we had a week to prep. This has been consistent changes it felt like every like 2 to 3 weeks. Like, they pushed our opening a week, and then we were in like this bizarre 3-prong process where you saw your kids once every 6 days, and then they had remote learning days where you weren't really teaching them, but they were home. Then we went down and then that was like from October to November, and then November our school got shut down until early March, I would say, because I just got my COVID shot. So it's early March, and then we went back to the 3 days, and then 2 weeks later they took it down to 2 days. So I saw my kids once every 4 days, and then once they did that, they took it down to kids coming in every single day. Along that process, I lost like 6 of my classes. So it's been a really weird year structurally wise. And I'm a theater teacher, so I've never taught not acting. Like, I've always had acting involved in it, and it was very different this year because I really couldn't do that, especially because for most of the year they had to be 6 feet apart. Now it's been knocked down to 3. I've been teaching most of my classes fully remote. So it's just been a bit of a weird year, and I don't think like anyone, unless you're in the DOE, really like it's just been crazy. But I did wind up getting a lot of reading done kind of as I was doing other things. I literally had the kids watch Luca and Raya today, so I was reading in the background. Sometimes this book confuses me because there's a lot of characters, but I do really like them. I just have to like focus and should probably not be watching Disney Plus when I'm reading. But I really am enjoying it. I wound up, running to town. I didn't really do anything really that amazing, but I do want to watch gymnastics tonight because it's day 1 of the male team being chosen. I have my heart set on Sam Bakulik being a victor and going to Tokyo. I love the Olympics. I know it's so controversial this year, but I just feel so bad for these athletes if their games would get canceled, because it's already been postponed once, and if they don't do it now, it's just going to get canceled, and I can't stomach that for the athletes that literally did nothing wrong, and I just am hopeful that they will like get to go, because I really do like the Olympics. Also, another fun news to report: they have changed the date for LeakyCon for the 3rd time. If you've been following my drama with this convention, I was supposed to go in July 2020. Clearly that did not happen. Then they switched it to June 2021, which would not have worked because I'm teaching. Now they have changed it to July 2022. I can do that. So I'm going to go to Florida twice in about 6 months, which I think will be excellent because I haven't been to Florida in so long. I'm really excited for that. I'll probably talk more about that as I plan it, but I'm not planning it now. But I will probably be going again in July after I go in December. My December one will be like a big trip. It will be all the parks. I'll talk about that like as it gets a little bit closer. It's right around Christmas. But when I go back, it'll probably be mostly focused on Universal and maybe one of my parks that I didn't get to go to. Like, if I didn't get to go to Disney or I missed something, I might stay a couple extra days and do those. But I want to read a little bit more, give you guys an update. And right now I'm on page 236, and I have to get up to page 364. I don't think I'm going to finish this book today, but we will see. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. It's Lori here. It is officially summer break. I am so excited that it's summer. It has been a really complicated year, but it will be nice to have at least 2 months off, just to sort of decompress, relax, kind of catch up on a bunch of stuff. I do have a plan to do that tonight and sort of like set my summer up tonight, but I also want to watch gymnastics and do a couple of other things. I also did wind up finishing These Feathered Flames by Alexandra Overy. I like that book. I struggled a little bit with the pacing in it, and a lot of the characters had very, very similar names, so it was easy to mix up who everyone was, but I'm really definitely intrigued for the sequel. I really liked the end, liked all the characters, liked the world building. It was very, very fun. So the next book and my first summer read, you can call it that, is Half Sick of Shadows by Laura Sebastian. I really enjoyed her Ask Princess series. I read the first book, never got around to completing it, but this is a Merlin retelling, which I'm really excited about. But it's got a character named Elaine, and she is sort of a seer, so she can sort of see the future, and she is surrounded by all the people of King Arthur. She's surrounded by Arthur, Guinevere, Morgana, and that's all I've read so far. And Lancelot. I don't know anything about the story other than that. I've read literally like 7 pages, but I like books about seers, and I love the Merlin mythology. Merlin was my favorite TV show so long ago, and I have read other Merlin retellings recently, so I'm really excited to dive into this one. This is a new book. I got it from Book of the Month, so it doesn't come out until July, which is really, really soon, so I'm going to make some progress on it this weekend. And I also have some other contemporary books that I want to tackle this weekend as well. But I will read a little bit more of this, and then I'll give you guys an update. Bye, friends. Here, I'm back. I just took a shower. I read a little bit of Half Sick of Shadows by Laura Sebastian. Really, I'm liking this book. I am a sucker for a Merlin retelling. I've always been a sucker for a Merlin retelling. And I really am liking this one. I am quite intrigued right off the bat. But I'm going to take gymnastics starts in the evening, and it's the ladies, and I've always been a little bit more invested in the ladies. Simone Biles is my hero. But I'm going to take a couple of hours and sort of just get my room ready for summer. I might plan a little bit tonight and kind of figure out what I actually want to do, but I'm really just going to sort of get my world together a little bit, because I have to like unpack stuff, put stuff away. I brought some stuff home, so I'm going to kind of do that, just put on some true crime videos. True crime videos, to me, are just super background noise. I'm not even paying attention when I'm doing it, so I know I'm not going to be focusing on it, so put on some true crime videos, try to organize what I want to do this week, and I do have to film this weekend a little bit. I'm starting a historical fiction reading vlog for Monday. I'm starting a new workout on Monday, so I have a couple of things I have to do. I should go back to the city on Monday with a friend if that doesn't fall through, but that's the plan right now. But yeah, I'm really excited for summer. I have a couple of summer goals. If you're interested in seeing that, like my summer plans and goals, let me know. Maybe I'll do like a video. I don't know. I might just do it just for my own sanity, but we will see. But I'm gonna go organize everything and kind of get everything set. I don't know if I mentioned this morning I finished reading Heart's Diaper Volume 2 by Alice Oseman. I thought this book was adorable. Really, really solid read. I loved it. I love these two characters so much. I definitely have to get Volume 3 when I head to the city this weekend. This is another one that's high on my list to pick up, but I just finished it. Really liked it. Yeah. So I'm going to go organize, kind of put everything together. It's been a bit of like a week where just everything is sort of tossed about. So I'm going to go organize, get ready to watch Simone Biles kick some ass, and I'll talk to you guys when I'm ready to read and relax for the evening, because it is summer, friends, and it is glorious. Hey, friends. Here, I did actually wind up cleaning and organizing a little bit, which was good, and I did wind up choosing my nonfiction reads for the first half of the summer. So my nonfiction school read, I am a teacher, I'm an educator, and I'm a theater teacher. I directed once at the very start of my teaching career, and then COVID has sort of wrecked every other show I tried to do, and I am unsure if I'm even going to be able to direct this year, but I know I'm a little bit weaker in directing just because I haven't done it a lot. I'm more of a stage manager, so the first book I'm going to read, I read about 52 pages of Thinking Like a Director by Michael Bloom. I've had this book on my TBR for so long, so this is going to be the first one I'm going to try to read. The chapters are super short, so hopefully I could tackle this early summer. And read like a chapter every single day along with my Skillshare class. And then another one that I picked up, actually a friend got me this, I think my coworker got me this, it's called Girl Squads, 20 Female Friendships That Have Saved History by Sam Maggs. And my goal is to read a couple of these every single day, or every, but these are the 2 books I'm going to sort of start my thing with, and try to get a little bit more organized and planned. But yeah, I have about a couple of minutes. I'm going to probably watch like a random video for 30 minutes as I sort of try to start Half Sick of Shadows. I literally have only read like 17 pages, so I want to read a little bit more, and then I want to get ready to watch gymnastics, which I'm really excited about because the girls are tonight. So I'm going to read a little bit more, and I'll probably update you guys before gymnastics so I can focus on that. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. I went up reading the first 70 pages in here. Sorry for the weird angle. They're redoing my bedroom again. There's like doing a few little things, so my angle will be a little bit weird for the next few days until they fix that. But I do want to say that last night I wound up watching the women's gymnastics. I love gymnastics. Simone Biles is just a phenom, and I really liked watching that. I also did finish watching Loki, which I think I just need to take a little bit of time and focus on it because it's been a bit since I watched those older Marvel movies. But that is the plan of attack for today. I think we're going out, but we'll see. But I did wind up waking up, start my morning routine. I worked out. I did my Skillshare. I'm about to read the prologue of Girl Squads by Sam Maggs, which I got this I think it was like a couple of years ago. But it's basically, she talks about female friendship through the ages. And I'll probably read like a chapter or 2 of this. And then I am also going to finish the chapter I was in for Thinking Like a Director by Michael Bloom. These are the 2 books I'm going to focus on for my nonfiction reading for the next couple of weeks, or as long as it takes me. Probably 2 weeks, probably, because they're not that long. But I'm going to go do this, and then we'll touch base and see what's going to happen for today. It's a little bit of a gloomy and sort of dreary day, but I definitely do want to give some time to my new Laura Sebastian book. I'm really excited about that. It's been so long since I read a Laura Sebastian book, so I'm really excited for that. And Merlin is right up my alley. So I'm going to go start Girl Squads, and I will update you guys when I'm done with my nonfiction reading for the day. Bye, friends. Lori here. I'm back. Lori here. Sorry for the not updating. Today was my first real day off, but also we were having a bunch of the rest of our house construction done, so it was just super noisy. But I am pleased to report that the male gymnastic teams has been announced, and it is exactly who I predicted, and I'm so happy that Sam McCulloch gets to go to his final games. This will be his 3rd game. I just have loved Sam since I started watching gymnastics pretty consistently for the past 8-9 years, so I'm really happy that he gets a final run. He had a pretty scary fall at the end, but I'm happy that he made it. I didn't wind up doing anything yesterday. I normally prep Fridays, and I still have not figured out quite what I want to do this summer. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of prep myself for the next at least the next week. I have to film quite a few videos. So I think I might do that tonight. Film a bit, and then tomorrow I might just read. I'm also doing a readathon next week, the whole week, which is an historical fiction readathon, which I do historical romance, but it's not my normal genre, so I don't really have a real TBR for that. I'm just sort of just gonna pull random books from it, but I will figure that sort of out tomorrow. But I do want to get all my filming done today, and it's also super hot, so I'm gonna get my filming done, and hopefully at the very end I can maybe read a little bit for the evening. But that hasn't happened yet. So I will update you guys when I can get back to reading, but I have quite a few organizational room things to do. So I'll talk to you guys when I'm ready to read for the rest of the evening. Bye, friends. Here I'm back. I did wind up taking the rest of the evening off. I just was so inspired by all the Olympic stuff. So I was rewatching some old gymnastic competitions, which I haven't done in so long. I normally, before the lead up to a new quadrennium, I normally rewatch all the previous competitions just to sort of get my head in the game. And I haven't done that because I literally haven't had any time. So I think I'm going to do that today and just sort of rewatch. I have a couple of competitions I want to start rewatching. So that's going to be my plan for today. But I also do want to get a bunch of stuff done. I didn't prep this weekend when I got home on Friday. So I have to do that. Figure out my TBR and do a bunch of planning stuff today. I also do want to go to yoga. So I have a bunch of little planning stuff. I don't think I'm probably going to finish Half Sick of Shadows today. I'll probably make it pretty far into it, and then I'll probably finish it, when I'm done with my mini historical fiction readathon. But I'm going to go get some work done, film some videos, prep myself for this new summer lifestyle. I'm still sort of in the balancing stage of sort of trying to figure everything out, and I'm going to definitely do that today. But I'm going to go get ready to organize and go film, and it's about 7:17 in the morning, so I actually did get up as early as I wanted. But I am going to go do some prep stuff, and I have to leave at 9, so I have about an hour and a half to get some stuff done before I head out. So I will talk to you guys after I come back from yoga. Bye, friends. Here, sorry, another backdrop. We're having construction done in my house. I keep saying this, but our house is super small, so I keep running out of places to film, and it's just very, very noisy. But I am outside, which I love being outside. So, just a small update. I did wind up going to yoga. I wound up doing a little bit of my errandy stuff. I'm not that thrilled with my TBR game that I did in June. I did it, I liked it, but I think I have to be a little bit more stricter with my rules and guidelines, and I'm gonna film that probably this week at some point, so I'll probably make my rules. I also made a few more categories and a few more other little things, so I'm going to do that this week, but I wanted to make sure that. I also did go to ALA. I didn't really talk about it in any of these reading vlogs, but I did go to virtual ALA, and I got 20 arcs, so I wanted to put those in my TBR jar and sort of figure stuff out. I also want to try to read an ebook every single week, at least one ebook, one e-arc every single week, because I am home. I'm going to try to make that a goal that I have. But yeah, I also did want to say that I have been steadily listening to the second Cassidy. I keep on wanting to say it's Cassidy Blake, but I think it's Cassie Quinn. It's called Whisper of Bones by L.T. Ryan. It's a murder mystery with supernatural elements. She's a medium, which is super cool. Really, really liking it. And I also did wind up getting up to page 124 in Half Sick of Shadows by Laura Sebastian. This is a Camelot retelling. It's very interesting. I will say that right off the bat. But basically you follow this girl who can basically see the future, and she's sort of intrigated with Arthur, Gwen, Lancelot, and then she is the other fourth person. But when King Uther dies, they are sent back to Camelot. Arthur needs to prove that he is actually King Arthur, and he can take over the kingdom and not Mordred. So there's a lot. I was a big Merlin fan, so all these names are just so reminiscent of Merlin, the TV show, so I'm really enjoying it. I know that I definitely won't finish it today because I'm starting a historical fiction readathon tomorrow that's hosted by Peace Love Books, which I'm super excited for. I think I'm also heading to the city tomorrow with a friend of mine, and if I do go to that, I'm probably going to bring my camera along and vlog it for you guys, because we're going to go to some bookstores that we've never been to before. I actually should call her and ask her if we're going to do that, because I think we had planned that, and then I don't know if life got busy or stuff. But my goal for today is to at least get up to page 300. I am going to watch some older gymnastics competitions today. They do announce the women's team, and I am really curious to see what they do, because in 2016, I pretty much called the team. I kind of figured out who they were going to pick. I was wrong about one person. I thought Michaela Skinner was going to go, but they chose Gabby Douglas. I'm curious to see who they choose today. There was a lot of this year was very, very hard on the athletes. This past, the extension really hurt some athletes, like Morgan Hurd, Riley McCusker, a couple of other athletes that I think would have gone if it was a year earlier. I think they would have gone, but they're just not in the shape, which is sad. So, but I'm really excited to watch the Olympics again. It's been so long, and I really love gymnastics. So I'm gonna go call my friend and read a little bit of Half Sick of Shadows, and I will give you guys an update when I can. Bye, friends. Here, just checking back in. I did wind up getting up to page about 150 in Half Sick of Shadows. I really am liking this book. The writing style in this book is just really unique. You're basically following an oracle. So, she kind of just flips back and forth between past, present, and future. So, you just have to pay really close attention to her, because you're learning about 3 different stories simultaneously. And the last oracle story I read was Percy Jackson, where we had Rachel Elizabeth Dare, but she's a little bit more eerie and creepy, and it's really compelling, the writing style, very much like, I don't know, if you guys have read any of the Percy Jackson books, it's very much like, it's very, 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 an unreliable narrator in some senses, because she has so much in her head that you don't really know like what's real and what's true, or what has happened and what hasn't happened. But I'm loving the Merlin retelling. Like, really interesting. Normally when you read Merlin retellings, you either are in the head of Guinevere, or you're in the head of Arthur, or you're in the head of Lancelot. This is a totally different story, but we did get to see one character who was a fan favorite of mine in the Merlin series. He did get a shout out. But I'm really liking it. Sorry, I don't have my cover. It's downstairs. But I'm going to try to go for a bike ride. I'm having some internet issues, which is just the story of my life when we have construction work happening. We have people in our house and they mess up wires, and then I don't have any internet. So I'm going to go for a bike ride. My goal is to at least get up to page 250 before this evening, so I can, have a good chunk of this done before next weekend, because I'm about to start a historical fiction reading, or historical romance reading vlog hosted by Peace Love Book. She's doing a reading challenge this week, which I'm really excited about. Me and my friend did decide we're not going to go to the city tomorrow. It's just going to be really hot, and I had literally just gone shopping with my mom yesterday, so I don't really need to go. But yeah, so I'm going to go for a bike ride, probably read like 50 pages in the park, and then come back and see if my internet's back. So I'll talk to you guys when I'm back. Bye, friends. Lori here. I'm back. It is about 6:08 on my first Sunday that I don't have to wake up ridiculously early. So I did wind up getting up to page 200 in Half Sick of Shadows by Laura Sebastian. I am really enjoying this book quite a bit. It's super fun, super engaging. I really love the main character, but I have to put this book down for about a week because I am doing an historical fiction readathon, which I'm super excited about, which I am going to start that tomorrow, and I am probably not going to vlog for the rest of the day. I'm just going to read as I'm watching gymnastics, but I'm going to go start my next reading vlog for you guys. But yeah, I want to also talk about the other things that I wound up reading this week. I did finish reading These Feathered Flames by Alexandra Overy. That was the main book that I finished reading. I also wound up DNFing White Fox, which wasn't my favorite. And I don't think I didn't do a lot of listening. I started briefly listening to Harry Potter book 1 just because it's a podcast I really, really want to listen to. But the major thing I did this week was watch gymnastics. I watched 2 Days of Men and 1 Days of Women, and that's really what I did because I was so invested in this competition. So I am going to go start my next reading vlog, and I will update you guys for my next reading vlog, and hopefully in early July I will be able to finish this, unless I get a little bit distracted by buying my historical fictions and I just knocked something off and decide to read this in tandem. But let me know what are some books you guys started for early summer reading, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, friends.